Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky.
And pick up some Del Taco for dinner.
Good morning, Night Vale. Hi, everybody. It's me, Hal.
Hello. Just special you. Just special you. It's me, Meg.
Hi, it's me, Symphony. And we're here to talk about our favorite thing, your favorite thing. Welcome to Night Vale. And we go painstakingly through each and every episode because we love journalism and we love you. And we're just a few, cute little tri-hosts from all over the nation here to talk to you about that. It is currently Thursday, September 26th at 10 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, we're recording some episodes ahead of time, guys, because we're about to enter October, which is Symphony Sanders' birth month spectacular. So in your world, you're already in Symphony Sanders' birth month spectacular. But in our world, we're just still in September. But, wake me up when...
Say happy birthday.
Yes, wake me up when September ends so that I can say happy birthday to Symphony.
And then let me go back to sleep. For goodness sakes, I'm tired.
Yes.
Yep. I can go back to Rip Van Winkling. All right. So this episode is 169, The Whittler.
Nice.
And the episode description is, an old man sits on the steps of the old general store whistling a lonesome tune.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So this is a Jeffrey episode. So the way it worked was we did the Jeffrey 5-parter with the missing flight, and then there was a Bree episode, which was the secret blotter, and then we go into another Jeffrey episode. So we have not heard from Joseph Fink in 6 months in Night Vale world, and this is another Jeffrey. So yeah, this is where we are in time. This came out in June 1st of 2020, and I think you really can tell.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Number one, you can tell it was totally 20. We're deep into 2020 at this point. Also, in the credits, there is a link for the George Floyd Black Lives Matter protest thing, which I was like, oh, right. That was all happening hot and heavy. It's like serious. It was like intense. Can I tell you how I figured out it was a Jeffrey episode without even looking? 2 things.
Yes.
Number one, the basketball, because he said he was talking about the seed, like basketball, like seeds. And I only found that out because I recently went to a basketball game with Jeffrey Craner. And he's been really into women's basketball, the WNBA, and he's a season ticket holder for the Liberty. And we went and saw it, and it was amazing. And he told me all about, their number 1 seed, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So that tipped me off that was a Jeffrey episode. And then during the horoscopes, he talks about Tim the woodchuck.
Yep. I also clocked that.
That's a deep cut because in Jeffrey's, somewhere he lived upstate, there are these woodchucks, and they were fucking up the tulips. They were fucking up the flowers, but they would swim at the pond, and he named them Tim.
And he would just yell at them out the window. Yeah. There's a couple things that reek of the Jeffrey episode. There's the sports stuff. Mm-hmm. There's the woodchuck Tim, and there's Amber and Wilson, the 2 characters, Amber and Wilson, that he writes about, that it's usually just him that writes about. They're like sprinkled throughout the show. They appear like every 20 to 30 episodes, and it's just like a one-off thing about their life. Like, we've seen them meet, we've seen them get married, and we've seen them have a baby.
Oh, right.
Like, yeah.
The play within the play.
The play within the play, Amber and Wilson. So we get some Amber and Wilson. And there's also, this is like sort of, it's Night Vale core, but it is like Jeffrey does have a sort of a special affinity for it, is making jokes about Food Network and HGTV. So like a Chopped joke, or like a HGTV, like a House Hunters joke is like, or Property Brothers joke is also like very much like a Jeffrey lane. And I think this sort of episode, it feels like Jeffrey wrote that series, and then this was his first episode coming after that. And this is sort of like a return to like a classic Night Vale structure episode where we have like our A plot, and then we have our segments. We have our horoscopes and our sports, and like it feels very Night Vale classic.
Mm-hmm. There also is something about the imagery. Normally when I think of like a lot of sort of poetic writing, I think more of Joseph. There's something about the whittling as the activity that felt very Jeffrey to me, that felt like someone who grew up in like the Oklahoma, Texas area and spent a lot of time there, like just a lot of whittling happening, maybe not so much out in this area of California. It just felt like that kind of tipped me off. And then the basketball is always the surefire. As soon as you encounter sports and it has any level of like working in more literacy of sports, then you're like, oh, this is Jeffrey 100%.
Yeah.
He took up woodworking during the pandemic. That was one of his hobbies. And he took up like woodworking and bartending. And I think that like the bartending is the one that really stuck. But he was, for a while, he was like building shit.
To be fair, he built those Adirondack chairs and they look real good. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, sometimes you only have to do something a few times and then you're like, I did that. I have that knowledge now and I can move forward. Also, I don't really think he has room to be woodworking in his current home, but definitely the bartending stuck and is great.
There's always room for a drink. So this episode is just, it's really cool, guys. It's beautiful, but like classic Night Vale. I love the arcs and the one-offs and the experimenting with form just as much as the next guy. But I also love when you just straight up get Night Vale classic.
Can we talk about the horoscopes a little bit?
Yes.
We'll go back to because the old guy whittling is like the big thing, and we can talk about those thoughts. But I just found them so fun. I always listen to mine, like most diligently. But you know what? I kind of liked it. It was like you can be a little lopsided, and so straighten out. I'm a Libra. Obviously, we were talking about my birthday is in October, so that makes sense. But I did like that Steve just got a shout out. Like he got a straight up, "Hi, Steve."
Yeah.
Because usually, like, it alludes to it, right, in the horoscopes, but
Yeah.
it's rarely like, hello, Steve Carlsberg.
Yeah, this is where we are. We've come full circle from the first contemptuous mention of him to now.
Yeah.
Just love you, buddy. I don't know why. I feel like I feel in outer space about it, outside of, like, not when I'm playing Steve, but just looking at it outside, like, oh, I'm so, like, in outer space about him being liked. Like, somebody's got to hate him. He has to greet somebody the wrong way. Or maybe there's a turn with him where he starts disliking someone that isn't, like, an immediate threat to his family. Like, I'm just curious.
I think no one likes Susan Willman, right? Like, that's the one that they turned on now.
But even he doesn't, I don't remember ever saying any dialogue that was negative about her. In fact, he seems to work with her because they work together at the bank.
Yeah. I thought there was something about, like, how hard is it to, oh no, maybe Cecil said that. Like, how hard is it to do it? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, Steve would never say a negative word towards anyone. He's a nice guy.
Exactly. Well, I wonder who he would say something negative about. Like, just who does he not like? Mm-hmm. But then again, that's me. Like, I'm thinking about him constantly in that way. Like, oh, I wonder where,
what the line is.
It just, it always sits in my mind. Well, just where else does he go? I'm curious. I'm curious as a fan of myself. And, no, just curious, just the characters. It's interesting where that character has come to. And this is a good little check-in about that. From being sort of misunderstood to just fitting into the family.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so. Because we begin with Steve, where he is hated irrationally so. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I feel like where we begin with characters, they're going to be peppered with that through, no matter how much transformation occurs, they're still going to be peppered with their origin story, right? So. Mm-hmm. So it is like, for the bulk of the Night Vale history, Steve is beloved, but he started out like being booed.
Yeah. That's how you know, like the more, I don't know if it's more hardcore or just people who've been around longer, if they're like Steve Carlsberg, because that's a relic of a bygone era at this point.
I feel like you enjoy that. Like, you love the idea of being a heel. It. Like,
oh, I loved it so much.
I know it.
I miss it desperately. And it was also really fun. That was a really fun dynamic to play with, to play off of with Cecil. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like the dog that doesn't realize it's done something wrong. And so you yell at the dog, like, bad dog. And the dog's just wagging its tail and panting and trying to play fetch. It was just a fun thing it was always a fun thing to play. It was, I do miss that, but I'm always grateful to play him in any incarnation. So
let's bring back the Steve hate and start a campaign.
Bring it back. Hashtag we hate Steve.
Hashtag we hate Steve. Boo, yeah. Steve Carlsberg. Boo.
Boo. You piece of trash. Maybe that was too far.
But, well, in real life, you're a Capricorn.
I am.
You personally.
That's right. I'm a wicked little seagull.
Yeah, which I actually love that. And I feel like I want you to have that as a bumper sticker or something. Wicked little seagull.
wicked little seagull. I need like a captain's hat with it, just written across the anchor. Wicked little seagull. Hi everybody, but it's too small for my head. I can do a little salute.
Yeah. And then Meg, you're an Aries. Gotta fake it
till you pretend to make it Aries, which is very funny.
Yes.
Keep faking it.
Hey, honestly, it works.
It works
a lot of the time.
It does. You gotta just confidence your way into it.
Yeah. Most things can be, if you just keep walking confidently, who's gonna stop you? Not me.
Right.
Nope.
But also, this episode had some really other funny bits to it that, again, brought us back to the original structure of the show. But I don't remember us having a financial news section before. But the fact that it's just like nervous laughing, I wrote down, it doesn't seem fine.
You picked up the subtext.
I did. I'm pretty smart that way. Also, kudos to Cecil. I wonder, because anytime you get to do like, this is fun. That's a fun little like chunk of something to do. It's different. And you get to kind of stretch like your voice and probably do something goofy, like alone in your room, you know? I always cherish those little bits of like vocal gymnastics, you know, or like acting gymnastics that you get to do. That's always amusing to me. So,
yeah. This is also that particular piece there very much places it in June, like the first few months of the pandemic when the economy was going haywire. So,
well, and people who were like, I can't go to work. Like, I remember I was like freaking out because I was like, all of my jobs involve being in front of people, like whether it's performing or like training, personal training, or doing fitness. I mean, and it was before we really figured out Zoom. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it wasn't until like almost the fall that we really got a hold of all of that. Cause I think we were we were already doing this.
Yeah, we've been doing this for forever.
I know, which is crazy because we were like ahead of the curve. And honestly, this was like this is like the thing that was keeping me going. Us being able to talk, playing games, you know, online, like whatever. But I feel like, were we doing Skype or something before?
We used Google Hang. Google
Hang.
That's right. And we each recorded separately. We did not record. Did you record the Hangout?
I don't think we did.
No.
We like there's a while we were using Zencaster too.
Oh my God.
Google Hang.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's so wild. And now it's like second nature to use this.
Yeah. Zencaster's better now though. I keep thinking for recording stuff, like
we should go back.
Have we? Because, well, here's the thing, like Zoom was great. It gave me, I mean, you know, we were doing shows on Zoom. Mm-hmm. Thrilling was doing shows on Zoom. Everybody was figuring it out and like stretching it to its capacity. And I think as we've moved later on, the other services that were meant to do specific things, like we're like, oh, we have to catch up and get better at it.
Except for FaceTime,
and I keep getting
sucks.
Yeah, FaceTime still sucks.
It sucks so bad. I hate it.
Two people can't be, if you're talking, you can't hear the other side. It's a one way. And so like when I'm talking to my mom on FaceTime and my daughter's chatting, monologuing in the background as she always is, I can't hear my mom. So it's just like, but we FaceTime every day, guys. Every day.
That's important.
If you hit the mute button on your side, then you can hear the other side. But you can't talk.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do it. But you know, it's a good listening exercise. Oh, I have to not. I call my dad every day, and half the time he's getting ready to work out. He's like, "All right, I'm going to let you go." I'm like, "Wait, hold on. I'm your only son. I'm calling you every day. This is connection." It's like, "Nah, I got to go walk. I have to go walk in place for 70 minutes." Can't. Meanwhile, I'm running in a circle and talking to him, but he cannot concentrate and be on a treadmill. It feels weird.
Yeah. I feel like treadmill is a good time to talk.
I think it's because one time he was on his treadmill and he had this foam Philadelphia Eagles hat that looked like the Eagles' head.
He had it on the treadmill?
No, it was just down in that area, in that basement. Oh. You've been there. You've been in that basement.
Yeah.
Right?
With all the games?
Symphony, didn't you? You've seen it. Yeah. So he's on the treadmill. He didn't see me, and I put the foam hat on and then came up next to him and went, like that, and flapped my arms. And then he stiff-armed me. That was his, he, you know, if it was a giant bird person, he was going to stiff-arm them out of the way. So I think maybe he associates.
He's traumatized.
Like, oh, I can't talk to him. He might show up as a bird and try and scare me while I'm walking in place. I guess that could have gone way worse now that I think about it. I just, at the time I was concentrating on, it will be hilarious for me to scare him. That comes from my mother's side of the family, by the way. That's
The
genetic.
pranking.
The scaring people, like hiding places. My mother went to see Psycho. My parents took her to see Psycho. She was 9 years old. And then my grandfather,
Twisted,
who I never met, he passed away, hid in the shower. So when she opened the shower, he just went, "Hiya," and scared her. And then my uncle, her brother, did it to his kids.
Okay.
So,
well,
there's a lot of...
I don't like that stuff. Except you know who I scare all the time? John Bernstein.
John, yeah. not even like intentionally so. You're just like, you're in his periphery and he like...
Sometimes I'm like right there, like, and then I'm just like, boo. And he's like, and he jumps and he's mainly bones. So it's...
Yeah.
I swear I can hear his knees rattling, girl. I'm dying. Like, I don't mind a little, like, sort of thing. Like, that's funny, like, whatever. Pranks I don't like are ones where I'm going to get messy or mad or wet or something.
Mm-hmm. But you also don't like... Do you remember... I think it might have been 2020... Do you know what I'm about to say, Meg?
About the ghost thing? About the thing behind me? You assholes. When you assholes
with the
thought you
mirror.
were hilarious. Fuck that.
Yeah, it was the mirror.
The mirror from your dead neighbor.
I still have that dead man's mirror. And I fucking...
You were so upset.
smudge it all the time. I'm like, I Palo Santo that shit. And I'm like, away, demons.
You look like you had never smiled in your life. You were like, stop it. Are you serious? Is there something behind me? Stop.
This is okay.
And we didn't say anything.
But you know, that's why I have my camera now turned this way so that you can't see a closet or anything in the background because you're a monster, Hal Lublin.
I don't think I even did anything.
Yeah, because you made my mind go
the
crazy.
Bathroom or something.
You made my imagination go, and that's twisted.
Wait. You went to the bathroom or something, and then Meg and I agreed, like, that doesn't the thing in the background look like a ghost, right? Wasn't that what
it was
happened?
like a weird shadow or something.
Yeah. And then we just pointed it out. Well, I think we even discussed whether we should say anything.
Damage is done.
But
well, speaking of weird ghostly things, let's talk about the Whittler and the general store. We open on a general store, and I'm like, cool. Yep. Night Vale has a general store.
Never been there before.
And it's like, just I love hearing about a new place. And then turns out we didn't have it for long. But
Ash. Okay. At first I was like, it's another day in Night Vale. You never know what's going to happen. But he doesn't seem like menacing, right? And by all intents and purposes, he doesn't hurt anyone. And it's not scary. It's actually kind of comforting because he's like really just giving people whittled gifts, right? Gives them gifts. But then he starts doing the city and the roads and all that stuff, which is wild and kind of a little mind bendy, which I thought was exciting. But then
he has his bride.
That kind of freaked me out because in my mind, that imagination that goes wild and rampant sometimes. Mm-hmm. I was imagining her like corpse bride style, like Mrs. Haversham.
I imagined her like Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
When she's like the bride in the red. Anyway.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, kissing and stuff. But I was imagining him real old. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was all very upsetting. Have you ever whittled before?
I kind of pictured the old guy from the Metallica videos. Remember him? From like Unforgiven and stuff? The old guy was like always...
I don't think I remember those videos.
They would get like the oldest looking guy and be like, here, put on this cloth diaper and then look sick in this room in like a sepia tone or whatever. And that's what I imagined.
I feel like that's every rock video from the 90s. Like
this guy,
Alice in Chains. I don't like.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
it's creepy.
Gross. What if that's like the one thing you're known for? being like the old guy in a diaper from fucking Metallica video.
Hey, it's work.
Right.
That's.
Check my IMDb.
I wonder if you get residuals, or was just day rate.
Hopefully he
You want an autograph?
hung on to that day rate, bought some Apple stock.
Oh my God.
But Apple won the staffing service. I got confused. I thought Apple One meant first Apple. Anyway, you want a cameo? Hey, Jeremy, it's the old man from the Metallica videos. I hear it's your birthday. Your sister Gina told me, and I want to wish you the very best. Said you're into pickleball. Oh, that sounds fun. I wore a diaper in a series of Metallica videos. Anyway, have a great birthday, and just keep scratching it in the dirt like I did in those videos. Bye. Hey, can I come crash at your place? You have couch space for me?
Do you need diapers?
Old guy from Metallica sent a follow-up video. This one's free. I'm just looking for a
That's
roommate.
literally what all of my cameos sound like.
Yeah.
When I do cameos, I'm like, hey, can I crash at your place? Love ya. Bye. It's me, Symphony. It's me, Mario. Oh. No, they're much better than that.
Yeah, I think the Whittler's like it's really beautiful. Like it's creepy, but it's also like someone making something just for you, and it's like unique and individual to each person. And like it's surprising when they everyone receives it and they're like surprised by it. And
it's like something you didn't know that you needed.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I love that. I would love to receive something. That's the best kind of gift. Something that you wouldn't have gotten for yourself, but like something that you actually are really moved by, or like is very thoughtful, or like whatever. And Cecil's was a seaplane. And Carlos's was a rose. I'm imagining the rose from Beauty and the Beast, though. Mm-hmm. Like the floating one.
The little dome.
Yeah, in the dome.
Under the clothes.
I don't know how you would do that with wood, but that's what I imagine. So.
How would you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. Anyway, I'm not a whittler.
I know he didn't take requests, but if you could get anything whittled, what would you want? For me, it would be a tiny cat figurine.
Oh, that's
I'd
nice.
probably pick horse. Why not?
Ooh, yeah, horse.
How many horse figurines could a girl have? Who knows? Let's find out over the course of this one wild life.
I think it would be interesting to have like on a little, little circle, that little disc standing up, a Philadelphia soft pretzel, but with a few different woods, like mahogany for the darker parts. Okay. And then maybe, I don't know, cedar or pine, whatever is a lighter birch for the sides where they connect and you pull them apart. I don't know. I think that would be I think it'd be challenging a little bit, because you not only have to get the shape, you have to get the little grains of salt that are on there. That'd be fun.
Yeah. But I bet you he could do it. He could whittle anything.
He can whittle anything.
He could whittle the town, the roads. He could whittle you. That was the other cool thing. And kind of, because that wasn't creepy, because it didn't hurt anybody. Like Harrison Kipp went and he got chiseled up. That's cheaper than plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, he was screaming the whole time, but...
Oh, right.
It is a knife going to your face.
But, we get there.
Oh, right, because he whittled him. Yeah. But, like, he didn't seem to... I mean, I don't know. He seemed happy with it.
He went and did it. He wasn't coerced into doing it. He elected to do it.
And I think he left happy, right? That's what it said. And that's what he wanted, to be happier, so...
Yeah. This episode feels a lot like losing a world. Which is kind of what was happening in June of 2020. Like the things. These were they were mere things, not love, not family, not true joy. They were objects, toys, props, distractions. They were everything we've ever wanted, because we could hold them, see them, touch them. We can no longer do that, but we can remember what it was like, the rough wood against our soft hand.
Oh man.
Poet.
Yeah.
And
Good
he
job,
knows
Jeffrey Craner.
Yeah. Oh my God. A time where you didn't know when you were going to see people in person again.
Yeah. Well, and then
boy.
I just like how at the end, when everything blows away in that black ash, after Larry Leroy goes up to touch the guy, and then everything collapsed in a black ash. I don't know. I feel like that was kind of how it was, like missing human touch. You know what I mean? Like that, like our whole world was like blown away in a way. And I don't know, it always makes me think back to, there's this trend going on TikTok or something where you like cross your hands under your face, under your chin, and like touch your face, and it's supposed to feel like someone else was caressing your face. And as a person who lives alone, I was like brought to almost tears by that, because, we weren't allowed to like be around people, touch people. And when you did, it's like something, it could all go away in like a second. So I don't know, just the fragility of that, and to our world, was just wild. So that's what it made me think of. Sad. But it's better now.
Yeah. Sort of.
Up next, we hear from fans and friends of the show about their theories, comments, and questions. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather. Embroidery Stars by Carrie Elkin, the great Carrie Elkin. What a wonderful song.
Wonderful, really.
I mean, what can you say about Carrie that we haven't already said, except she's great and amazing, and her work
great and amazing. Such a big voice,
Yeah.
which it feels big in coming out of your headphones. But again, Carrie Elkin, I mean, wonderful in every iteration of Carrie. You get Carrie Elkin in a live acoustic room. My God.
I know. And something about her voice is because the way it rings, like it's haunting but comforting at the same time.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I always feel like her voice is like wrapping up in a cardigan on a like windy day or something like that. Like, because I don't know, you feel comforted and like thoughtful with her music. And I don't know, I just want to be sitting in like Taos or something, or out on like a plane, like on the plains somewhere, like looking off into the distance. That's what she makes me feel every time I listen to her music. And she's such a beautiful artist. So this song was really exciting to hear. And I think it fit.
You know what else is exciting? And you know what else fits?
Ooh.
Cheese inside of bread.
Yum.
Inside of an oven. And then it comes out of the oven and goes inside of you.
Yeah.
And that's the FanZone Calzone, baby.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today, I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto, and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was, and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50OFF and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
First up, we have Ashley. Ashley writes, "Hello, Symphony, Meg, and Hal. One of my favorite episodes is number 169, The Whittler, as it feels like a wonderful thought experiment. What object do you think the Whittler would give you, and why? I'd like to imagine that he would give me a miniature mushroom house with a little door that opens and furniture carved into the inside, because I love tiny things, and I've always loved the idea of living inside a mushroom. I think he'd see my need for a mental escape from being an adult. All the best, Ashley." What would we talked about what we want the Whittler to carve for us, but what would the Whittler actually carve for us? I think like some small sort of container for me, like a bowl or like something to like carry things in. I think I would feel seen by like being given like a basket or something that like carries things. I also really love tiny things, Ashley, so I hear you.
I think the Whittler might actually whittle me like a bed because I'm constantly in need of more sleep.
I think I would get a little desk plaque that says, "You are enough."
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ashley. You know who else is enough? Christy. And Christy writes, "Good morning, esteemed tri-hosts. Christy, she, her here. I meant to write in earlier about this. This is one of my favorite arcs in all of Night Vale. It's hard to pick a single favorite episode or arc because Night Vale is so consistently amazing. Seriously, y'all are amazing. The writing, the acting, the producing, it's all incredible. Give yourselves a round of applause. But this would definitely be up there near the top of the most amazing. Before I dive into my thoughts on the arc itself, my headcanon for the name of the Night Vale sex shop is the vague yet menacing kink agency, or maybe All Rail the Glow Cloud.
All Rail.
Maybe they both exist and are competitors. That's quality. All Rail the Glow. That's A+ on that. Amelia's story resonated with me as a burned out former gifted kid. The expectations that were put on her really resonate with me as someone who everyone expected to do great things as a kid. I remember one time when I was in middle school, I got so frustrated that I exploded, screaming to my mom about how sick I was of the word potential from hearing people use it about me so much. To my mom's credit, she was not the source of most of that pressure. It was more teachers and fellow students and the like. But even so, I can relate to the expectations put on Amelia, and to the disappointment she must have felt in herself when she lost her air traffic controller position. And I can imagine that for her, it must have felt enticing to surrender to the pilot's control, to feel a sense of certainty in what to do, and to feel a sense of being valued for what she could do. So when her mother cracks through the pilot's control by reaching out to Amelia on her own ground, connecting with her on something that Amelia valued rather than something that she valued for Amelia, setting aside her own earlier feelings about puzzles, it really hits me, and it's such a lovely thing to see. I don't know if this is intentional or not, or if it's just me reading too much into things, but the way Cecil talks about the desert place they were trapped at as nowhere and the pilot's creepy ideas about what he sees as a utopia reminds me of the etymology of the word utopia, linguistics geek moment here, from the Greek roots ou, no, and topos, place. So literally, no place. Similar feel to nowhere. The desert nowhere is the pilot's utopia, or at least the start of it. So, is this just an interesting coincidence, or was it intentional? Also, I believe it was Alpha, or was it Bravo, Cecil mentioned, the babysitter, which I'm pretty sure is the first ever mention of his and Carlos's son, although there'd been hints earlier about something he and Carlos were keeping secret for a while. I wonder, why were they initially so reluctant to talk about Esteban, and how did Cecil actually manage to keep from blurting it out like he does everything else that's supposed to be secret? Going back a ways in your episode on the waterfall, in the closing credits, Meg, you said, "Tell us what you can shapeshift into." Well, by a wild coincidence, that episode of Good Morning Night Vale was less than a month after I'd started feminizing HRT, hormone replacement therapy. So what I'm now slowly shapeshifting into is a body I'm more comfortable with. Awesome. I know I'm far from the first person to comment on Night Vale's queer friendliness, but it's something I love, and something I bonded with over my cousin who's also a fan and is also trans, though trans-mask. I love how accepting everyone is of queer identities, and it feels like being trans would also be no big deal there. Like, I feel like if someone close to Cecil were to come out as trans to him, he'd just immediately accept it without question. And I feel he'd even forget after a while that the person had ever used different pronouns or a different name. Well, thank you for sharing all that with us, Christy. And thank you for all, that's a ton of great information and all the personal stories related to it. And I appreciate, especially, your attention to detail. So well done, and thank you for writing in.
Up next, we have Henry. Henry writes, "Hello, Meg, Symph, and Hal. Hi. I was doing meal prep while listening to Good Morning Delta, because that's what you do when listening to a food podcast. The proteins were all cut and set to the side, pans heating up, vegetables were next on the cutting board, and I hear, does Night Vale have a sex shop? Like some sort of sleeper agent. My brain knew it had something to fixate on. I would like to present to you three and whatever is left of the city council. The list. Sheriff's secrets, please. Old oak cords. Desert underdrawers. Community underwear. Tanned, leathered, and jacked. Strap-on canyon. I like that one. Bed, grasps, and tourniquet. Desert cuffs. That's kind of fun.
That's pretty good.
A literal 5-headed dragon. That feels like a softball. Yeah. Big creepos. That's kind of fun. Fetish management. Highly visible thighs. Thank you for the work you do and laughs you provide, Henry, he, him, elder millennial. Oh my goodness. I think my favorite of those is, I think it's Strap-on Canyon for me. That's where I...
Desert Cuffs is my favorite. I also like Sheriff's Secrets, please, but I also want to riff on that to Sheriff's Secret Release.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Sheriff's Secret Release. I love that.
That's a good what if. Secret Release.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Henry. I appreciate that. And we all appreciate that you hopped to once you heard that question and interrupted your meal prep just for us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Our next episode is To the Family and Friends. Good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to tell us what the Whittler would carve for you. California boy now. This show is powered by our patrons, like Sarah Shearer, Sean Havery, Teresa Jacobs, Thora Cottrell, and Vivica Carriage. If you're interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper-cool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. Calzone ingredient of the week is a pile of black ash.